Hello, I'm Mage Man, and this is a Minecraft CubeCraft Skyblock Reborn video. Now, I have played, been playing Skyblock prior to this update, and this was recorded the day the update went live. So it's going to be a little glitchy. CubeCraft was massively busy, and they still fairly are. You'll get random times you get kicked out of the game and you have to go back in, and you just have to go from there. But I'm going to create a new profile is one of the first things I have to do is create a new profile once I get into the game. Now I haven't done any exploring of the hub, just going in there because that's where it places you if you've played the game before. It automatically takes you to the hub. So I create a new profile, and then we'll get the introduction to the game. Now you'll see it's a little jerky. It'll start and stop. That's because the recording software on my computer lags it a little bit. So you'll see it a little jerky. Now I'm playing this back a little faster than it was originally recorded in. Not a lot, but this way we can get through it to the point where we're actually playing. Now, the first thing we need to do is, the first quest is to gather 10 logs. You basically do it by punching the tree. But before I do that, I always do a little bit of terraforming. I check the quest. Yeah, it hasn't changed. Gather 10 logs. So here we go. I'm going to pause the video while I do some terraforming. And there we go. And you can see it's now nighttime and there's dirt gone. I've gathered 6 oak logs, and now I'm going to mine the tree before I get the last log. So I'm going to also clean off all the leaves because I don't want to lose any of the drops from the leaves, like sticks and saplings, to the void. So I'm going to pause the video while that happens. Okay, I've gotten the last log that it required me to get. And now introductions part 2, which is create a crafting table. I'm going to pause the video while I create the crafting table and while I gather more. You can see that I am now on the quest to gather 32 more logs. There's my crafting table in the ground. I put it there so it's out of the way. And I'm going to grab more logs. I also sped up the video. Now that one grass block up in the air is the world spawn location. I'm going to leave it up there. And here I go over and gather more logs. And then I can take the dirt and go from there. Harvest some of the beetroot so that way I can terraform this too. Have to harvest 30 beetroot and make 5 beetroot soup. Wish it was 4 because you make 4 bowls and then you have to make another 4 bowls to go from there. Now I leave that one water there. I consider it a infinite water source because it is, you get a water bucket as part of a quest, and that will make 2 water, which means you have another infinite water source. I'm going through my inventory, getting things organized the way I want, getting cobblestone, my crafting table in the dirt. Okay, I'm going to pause the video while we get to the next interesting subject. Okay, I have my inventory open here. You can see I have a lot of beetroot seeds and 38 beetroot. I must have just harvested that one crop, or the last crop, and now I can make the soup. Yes, first I'm going to do some cobblestone. Finish off that quest. Come on, open up the quest. Make beetroot soup. Apparently I've completed every other quest. I make 8 bowls so I can make 5 soup. And food for thought's complete. And upgrade my weapons to stone. I have that done. And that unlocks the next island. Food for thought gets me my water bucket that I wanted. So now I have an extra water bucket. The question is, where do I want to put it? I decide I want to put my newfound water. Oh, what I want to do is get rid of this guy standing here all by himself on that one block and preventing me from doing anything with that block. So I'm going to dismantle him here in a second, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I haven't sold anything to him yet. Dismantle the helper. I can do that because there's a helper on the other island that I've unlocked. So that goes away, and I put him here, this little hole, because there just happened to be a hole there, a piece of dirt that was down. Finish off this tree, or a row of trees. The water in there, then I can use the bucket to scoop up that water, put it down where I want it, and that way everything's level. And yes, I did speed up the video a little bit. I put trap doors over the water so that way I can just walk. Of course, crouching when I do it, so that way I can put it on the water. And you'll notice that there is those blocks I can't do anything with because the helper's there. So what I have to do is dismantle them. I try to turn that into farmland, put them back. And my wooden hoe breaks, but I have a stone hoe. Get out my beetroot seeds so I can plant everything here. It's not letting me put beetroot seeds because he's there either. So I decided to move him all the way to this corner. He's now out of my way. So I can plant my seeds and go on working. Now with a farm this big, I should, in a short period of time, have the 200 beetroot I need for that. So now I need to plant my trees. I do a row of 7 trees, and I don't want those extra 3 there, so I have to remove them. So I have 7 trees in a row, and the beetroot has grown. Beetroot grows really fast, and soon I will learn that I don't need to use my hoe for mining. It's not enchanted, and all I'm doing is taking up its durability, so I don't recommend that. And there we go. All that beetroot has been harvested. I've got more than enough beetroot to plant it. Now, you don't actually need water to have plants grow. They're all on a timer. The only problem is if you don't put water, there's a chance that it will revert to dirt, and I just don't want to like fighting with it. So I always put the one water in the middle. And the tree is grown, so now I go back to harvesting wood. I'm going to pause here while that continues on. Okay, here I have made Lumberjack level 1, so I need to check out this because I don't understand what it's about. But what it does is gives me a 1% chance of getting an extra drop from the lumber fortune. Beetroot's grown. I'm playing this back at a little higher speed. Just see if I can just get it to pause. There we go. There grows the trees. And if you look, and stop it in time. There we go. You can see the crafting table in the dirt. What looks like might be cobblestone is actually the furnace that I made. So that's going there. So the trees have grown, the beetroot's grown. I've gotten a level as farmer. And I've got more beetroot to get. So here goes some beetroot farming. Come on, you know you're going to do it. There we go, beetroot farming. I've got a chest down there too. Planting beetroot. I'm over 470 beetroot harvested, so this next planting will finish off that quest. Bears, beetroots, and Battlestar Galactica. While that's growing, which it grows really fast. You can see I haven't sold anything yet. I'm just trying to get things organized. And ding, completed. I'm going to finish harvesting because that's what I do. Plus, I want to plant wheat here. And some of you are going to say, hey, you can't plant wheat yet. Well, yes, you can. The thing is, you've got all these beetroot seeds, which really seem to serve no purpose. But you can use them in a composter if you create a composter. You can see the composter right next to my crafting table. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some beetroot seeds and use them in the composter. I get bone meal. Now I have to use a lot of beetroot seeds to get just a few bone meal. But that's why I haven't sold them yet. Is you won't be able to buy wheat seeds. And now I have 14. I think I had about 7 stacks of goodbye, Mr. Shop. You're blocking me from getting the grass. And 7 stacks of, or no, I think it was 5 stacks of beetroot seeds turned into 14 bone meal. So you get a little bit more than, 2 bone meal per thing. And my average was each bone meal got me an average of 2 seeds and 2 flowers. So that means those 14 bone meal, I got a total of 28 wheat seeds, and I got a total of 28 flowers, as you can see on the toolbar there. So now I start planting wheat so it will grow. Now I only have 28, but that's more than enough to get started. Now wheat takes a while to grow, so I'm going to go back to planting my 7 trees in a row and harvesting some more cobblestone while we're waiting. Okay, pause the video here while I do some more stuff. Okay, trees regrown, cobblestones regenerated. Do I want to go to the hub right now? I don't know. I guess so. So I'm going to pause the video here. Okay, I ran around the hub for a little bit, got lost a little bit, and decided to come back and return to my island where interesting stuff was happening. I'm going to cover the hub in a separate video later, and I'm actually going to try to document a lot of the information in the hub. So here we go. I'm back on my island. Got some beetroot. Got a quest to eat beetroot. And running around the hub. I did a quest. I got Explorer. And my wheat has grown, as you can see on the left. I go back to the hub. I don't want to. Most the most important part of the hub is coming up right here, which is the merchants. You can't buy anything from the villager anymore in the overworld. You have to come to the hub, and here is where you get your coins for buying stuff and selling stuff. Or you get your coins from selling stuff, and then you buy stuff. So here I go back to the overworld. You can see I still have 0 coins, but I've done some quests. I've eaten some beetroot, and here my wheat has grown. And part of the reason I like the wheat is even though it takes so long to grow, it does sell for quite a bit of money. So now I'm going to take all those wheat seeds I got and I'm going to replant. And before this point, I have not bought or sold anything. Now, one thing you will notice is that the sell price, whatever you sell stuff for, is the same price whether you sell it to the helper or you sell it to the shopkeeper. It doesn't matter which shopkeeper, they all offer the same price. And I think this is where I end the video. So that's pretty much everything. Oh, I paused the video and I found the dungeon. And I'm gonna, he's got that little red shield with a sword in it. That shows you where the dungeon is on the map. And I don't think I'm ready because I don't even have a sword. I've got an axe that's almost dead, so I got to parkour out of here. Which this could be a better design. I'm not great on parkour, so just got to get out of here. So this is where I end the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.